Katie Cassidy and Matt Nemo. You guys have seen these guys a lot of times this weekend, so you know they want to get rolling, they want to get things jumping, and I appreciate that a lot.
I thought this was supposed to be the con with no rules. This is Dragon Con.
It is the con with no rules. Do what you want. Selfies, periscopes,
Drinking a beer.
beer,
Porn channel.
panel channel. Yes. In all honesty, I have no idea how I'm going to have any control whatsoever over this panel because we are all aware of Mr. John Barrowman's fantastic, vibrant.
Katie's got a dead one.
Katie's got a dead mic.
Who was sitting in this chair before me?
Hello? Okay. I was just going to say, I'm the only girl up here surrounded by some really beautiful men. Now I'm no longer sitting in the middle because the mic was dead. I guess I have to sit next to Steven. I'm just kidding.
All right,
Bicep.
all right, if there are any young children in the audience, I want you to realize that Dragon Con did not provide the alcoholic beverages that these folks now have in front of their face. I'm just wondering
I'm
what's
drinking
on
water.
Supposed to do that? That's water? Yeah, no, this is water. It's water. This is beer.
So one thing before we get started, unfortunately David Ramsey wasn't able to join us this weekend. David has been really struggling with something in his back. We don't know if it's a pinched nerve or a slipped disc, but he's one of the toughest guys that I know, and he's been struggling for a couple of weeks. So on his behalf, he wishes that he could be here, and if you have a chance, if you have those social media accounts, you know, Twitters and things of that nature, send him your well wishes, and he will really appreciate it. David Ramsey, I love you.
Sent. Done.
Okay, we're going to say something real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and, I guess, open up the questioning. How you guys been? We're loving Arrow. You guys are incredible. The show is awesome. You make the show. We love you so much. What can you tell us that we don't or we haven't known yet?
I'm not on it anymore.
I love you, John!
Surprise, I'll go
Na,
in
na,
now.
na, na,
I'll be back.
Now you understand what I was talking about, okay? Steven, what's
Tell
going
you
on?
something you don't know? I enjoyed, so we played the trailer yesterday at my panel, and
Do we have it, by the way?
what's that?
Do we have it?
We do have the trailer, sure, of course.
We can show it at any time.
We'll show it at the end of the panel for sure, but this was the first time that I felt like a trailer for Arrow was really dissected, and they did that whole frame by frame, this is what it means, these are our theories, and I want to say that they were 85 to 90% wrong. These are people that are paid to do this. So, I mean, it seems like there was a lot of stuff shown in that trailer, but so much stuff was left out. So much great stuff.
But I think left out for a good reason. Less is more, you know.
Less is more, sure.
When the 4th season comes out, they'll get to see all the good stuff. Too.
What? Spoiler alert? Not yet, huh? Okay.
No spoiler alert. It's one of those, it's the thing that I saw the trailer for the first time yesterday also, and I love the fact that it takes you along this level like this, and then it goes, pew, and you're off. And that's if you loved season 3, you're gonna be so in love with season 4 because it's a big roller coaster again. And it's, because the thing that I like is that the writers and everybody that you know, they seem to know how to shock you, and that's great.
Well, Matt, how are you feeling about being a part of the family?
Well, look, I was just overwhelmed last year when I got a call to join. So, you know, I honestly that role is the most fun I've ever had as an actor. So I felt I felt a fair bit of pressure coming in with such a big character as Ra's al Ghul, and then, but I was welcomed so kindly by everyone. So, you know, maybe I'll come back in some flashbacks. I don't know, but regardless, the whole experience was wonderful, and I had my kids over there for a couple of months, and they were on set the whole time, which was awesome. So, yeah, one of the best experiences I've had as an actor. So I feel very privileged and you know, to have been a part of it. So.
Well, we appreciate it. You really took us for a ride, and we really appreciate your association with Arrow, and we won't forget you. It's not like you're dead.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start on Aaron's side. Aaron, you got a question?
Yes, sir, I have. Our first question comes from Candace.
Hi, Katie. My question is, by the way, I love all you guys, but my question for you is with...
By the way, screw all you guys. Katie, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, with the changes that you've had growing into Black Canary and with White Canary coming back and being mainly on Legends, what do you think that's going to do for Laurel and for Black Canary?
Honestly, Katie Lotz is fantastic, and I know her personally. We're good friends, and I just think it'll be that much more interesting and bring another dynamic to the show. And you know, whether there will or will not be a crossover between Legends and Arrow, and if I'm involved, at the end of the day, she is, Sarah is my sister, and I hope to be involved. I love working with her.
I think you will reunite with her at some point.
It seems to be a con thing for me, that chairs just collapse. I gotta sit up straight.
All right, Steph, I think you have someone on your side.
Hey guys, my name's Alan. Big fan, obviously. My question, well, actually, thank you for coming,
Sure.
If you could tell the beautiful Emily that I say hi. I'm deeply sad she couldn't make it. And my question is for the gorgeous Katie Cassidy. How long did it take you to get used to fighting as a role for Canary?
How long did it take me to get used to it?
Yeah,
Where, by the way, is he, what side is he?
We're on the right side here down the aisle. It's dark, it's kind of hard to see him down there.
Sorry.
Well, we can't see you,
I'm
so.
still blind. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm still used to it. I think it's something, the thing that's great about it is, and what I appreciate about our show is that it's very, it's very true and honest to the character. You saw in season 3, Laurel going out and fighting, but she didn't have any skill. She was just fighting, from her heart, and she's slowly learning. And for me, it's great as an actor because I obviously didn't know how to fight. I'm sure I could have, but...
Yeah, Katie, what was your trainer? Who was your trainer in your training regimen? I'm sure.
Yes, my trainer his name is Thomas. He actually has started working with Steven as well, Thomas Taylor, in Vancouver. And season 3, I was working out like 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, like a crazy person. Luckily, I don't have to do that anymore as much, because I think once you build muscle and you have muscle memory, you don't have to do it as intensely. But honestly, I'm still learning, and I love it, and it's so much fun, and
Well, it's very convincing on stage, so we really appreciate your hard work on it, because it's very convincing. So
thank
it's
you.
Awesome. Alrighty, what do we have, Steph?
Ever got done, I think, for both series with Flash, and was wondering what you guys' thoughts on that were. Any good stories or fun about filming that, and what else would you like to do?
That was weird. That was a weird thing to film. You were there, right?
I was there.
Everyone was there. Everyone that was here was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the credit for that goes to Glenn Winter, who was the DP on our pilot and has directed several Arrow episodes, Flash episodes, and just did the pilot for Supergirl.
And he's doing Legends.
And also to James Bamford, who is our stunt coordinator since the beginning and right now is prepping to direct his first episode of Arrow.
Shut up.
Wow, is it?
I kind of knew it, but I didn't. He's like taking it seriously.
Yeah.
He's really fired up.
Awesome.
So that was just a big cage, and that they were just running us through it, and we were concurrently doing publicity shoots and all the different various vignettes that you'll see when the CW is promoting the show. So that was a pretty crazy weekend. They put that all together. We shot that Saturday.
Yeah, it was a Saturday.
All day.
All done.
Yeah.
I think it's probably on, in the superhero fandom TV world, it's probably the hottest photo shoot that you've got out there of all these people and characters. And the fact that, I mean, we'd always been taking pictures that were standing still when we were on, they take them while you're working or, when you're in costume. But for them to all of a sudden go, okay, I'll hit the pose, do this, it allowed us a little bit more freedom to do fun stuff. Yeah. And I think they look awesome. I love the picture of myself.
Well, excuse me.
I do.
Well, excuse my ignorance, but have we seen those photoshops yet? Have they been released?
Yeah.
Have they yet? Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen them. I've seen
They're downstairs on the table.
The trailer. Looking forward to it. Steph?
There's no way that I can answer that question without. There's no way that I can answer that question. It's a good question. There's no way that I can answer that question.
It sounds stressful.
But I can.
Yeah, that's one hot woman. I got a crush on Felicity. That's.
I have a crush on Felicity.
Enjoying the long
She's the
list.
best.
Emily's one of those people that when you're working, I mean, I get this when I've very rarely had stuff with Emily, and I enjoyed the few scenes that we had together because for for her and Malcolm, she's ballsy. She literally will say what she means, and it's what I love about her character is the fact that she's a little bit fearless. You put her in a situation and she just tell her what to do, like in the finale of last season when they're like, hit him, here, take this and hit him. She's like, let's get up. And then she looks like, I did that. And that's one of the things, and she's a lovely girl to work with, and she is, as you say, she is hot. Yeah. She is, and as a gay man, I can say she is fiercely hot.
Okay, Aaron.
A closer version of the comic book suit in the show, and you said, I don't think so because, we shoot in Vancouver and it's cold and it's raining. What was your reaction when they showed you the concept art for that?
The original concept art for the suit was more or less the suit that you see now with full-length sleeves. They sent it to me. I was sitting in my trailer on 46th Avenue in Manhattan shooting Turtles, and I'm looking at it, and we talked about what we wanted to do with the character and the new things that we wanted to imbue Oliver Queen and the Arrow into Green Arrow with, and I looked at the suit, and I sent, I'll put the email on Facebook one day. It was, guys, it's awesome, but it's just not different enough. We gotta do something. We gotta make the quiver bigger. We gotta make more pops of green. We gotta take the sleeves off. They go, we gotta take the sleeves off? Done! They had the sketch to me in 5 minutes after I sent the email. They're
Show
just
the guns.
waiting. So the moral of the story is that I screwed myself on that one. Because it is already starting to get cold in Vancouver and my arms are freezing. But if Katie Lotz can expose almost her entire chest for a season, then I can expose my arms.
There you go.
I'm not mad about it.
Well, thank you.
Just know you look really fine, son.
Well,
You look fine. Cold or not, Amel looks good.
Always looks good.
Yes,
I got a story. When I first got the job, it came to me and we signed on, and about a week afterwards, they came back and said you have a shirtless scene with the Arrow. Now, I hadn't watched Arrow. I'd just seen Amel doing these ones on the. I'm like, I'm 43. I'd been eating donuts and drinking beer again, and so I had to hit the gym for 4 weeks as hard as I could to do this shirtless scene with him, and then still, my wife got on. I'm not on any sort of real social media, but she got on there, and I was getting whipped because they were like, "Oh, he's sloppy."
By the way, I don't think you looked
But
bad.
next to him,
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but Matt is a former rugby footballer. So,
very
he's had the training.
ordinary player, I was.
You maintained very well, my friend. Maintained very well.
Hey, at 48, this shirt ain't coming off.
Yeah,
43, you're good. 48,
No, I doubt that seriously. We're periscoping you all the time, John. You're in the pool with the dog, the whole 9 yards. So.
Yeah, but notice I never show below the pecs because they kind of just stay there, but it's the rest that goes.
And retrospect, and segue to that, we appreciate Stephen and you, John, for being on social media that puts you into even closer contact with your fans by constantly showing Twitter, Periscope, Facebook. You guys are everywhere, and it just brings us back to your show. It's like, because we can say, oh, we know this guy. Let me show you what he did yesterday, you know? We really appreciate that, so thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Like a busted tongue.
Yes! All right, somebody, yes, we have a question, this gentleman.
I'm sorry, I haven't. Not gonna lie.
No, I don't think that's. I just think Steven's such an advocate for Toronto.
I love
wrestling.
sports.
Like,
I love
sports. I know what's coming next out of your mouth, but I love that.
Go on.
So can Steven explain to a non-sports person what your recent wrestling experience was?
There you go. Let's get ready to...
Meet Stardust Express!
By the way, a couple of things before I answer that question. One, you might notice that John and I are wearing the same shirt. Okay? That's because I'm wearing John's shirt. I packed a shirt this morning. There was an oil stain or something on it. John brought me a shirt. I was like, what shirt do you want? I said, I'll take any shirt. Doesn't matter. He goes, I'll bring you a brown one. I go, it can't be brown. Anyway, we ended up wearing the same shirt. Also, John's Periscope of my SummerSlam experience is a really, it's a wonderful, wonderful YouTube deep dive. My recent wrestling experience is, all of my stuff as a sports fan is shaped by experiences in my childhood. The thing that I loved most in my childhood was the WWE, then WWF. And just like how the Blue Jays are having a good season now, and they were wonderful and won 2 championships when I was 11 and 12. So it's not that I'm a big sports fan. It's just that it's exceedingly rare. No, I am. I love sports so much. Right now, there's a college football game going on at the Georgia Dome, and as much as I love all of you, I kind of wish I was there. But it's just that I think that it's a little bit more rare for someone who has maybe the platform or the number of social media interactions that I have to be so pronounced as a fan, as opposed to being more political. I like every team. No, you don't. So being involved with the WWE and having a match and maybe being involved with them in the future, that's just me living out a childhood dream, and I'm still a big kid, so it's just a current dream as well.
Well, and you were damn good.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, you were. And I sat and watched that, and I sat with my Velveeta cheese and chili dip. he was working his ass off, and I'm just saying, as not only someone who has known Steven now for quite a while and consider him a friend, and I sat there feeling like this. I can't look at him because he knows I get emotional with shit like this. I felt like a proud dad, and and that's why I said on Periscope, I was like, he must be so excited and thrilled that for what he's doing, and he must be so nervous, and I started feeling nervous for him because, and it was like a thrill of a lifetime for you.
Yeah, it was 100%.
And you kicked the shit out of them.
It was the absolute most incredible thing I've seen of any actor of any series in my entire life. I'm like, he's gonna do what?
Yeah, but how great that, you know, to take that on, and I'm sorry this is a little blunt, but to have the balls to do something.
Well, not only that, the first thing came to me was the legality of it. Your agents allowed you to, like...
You're assuming that I asked permission.
He didn't ask.
Because his name is Oliver Queen.
It was awesome, but we loved it. Thank you for the entertainment, and we hope you go out there and kick ass later on, okay?
Cool.
Aaron.
Our question is for Steven. What percentage of the stunts do you perform on the show yourself? And how do you stay in tip-top shape athletically? Because you are.
Well, that's not you, Rhonda, is it? No. Well, in terms of a percentage, that's a difficult question to answer. There's certain things, because of the logistics of our production, that they won't allow me to do. Like, as an example, because of time allowance, I did like 98% of my stunts in Turtles this summer, because we had the time. With Arrow, there's often things, wire gags, if you see, you know, what's the arrow? Like an arrow that you rappel down on. Zipline arrow. We actually do that practically, but they don't usually allow me to do it because I'm not there during the prep process. So I would say I do 100% of the stunts that they will allow me to do. I don't take a fight off necessarily and just let my double do it, but that probably equates to, probably 3/4 of the stunts on the show.
I'll say this, that working with Steven was such an education really in stunt work as well, but also there was a scene we were doing outside one night, and they had a prep with a stunt person, and Steven said, no, that's not happening. I'm going to do it myself. So he learned it in, 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and obviously very important him to do whatever he can on screen. I did one fight with him. We did up on the mountain.
The fight, yeah.
Yeah. Steven did absolutely all of that. I was doubled for 90% of it. An older man with a better body, and but he did the whole thing. So Steven, like I said, that was something that really, his professionalism and his passion for the actual character and squeezing everything he can out of it by doing those things himself was hugely impressive. It was awesome. Yeah.
So that's one of the ways that I stay in shape. And then this year, finally, one of the things that we've done with the production this year is, there was an expectation of people staying in shape, and there's an expectation of shirtless scenes, and there's an expectation of just, being able to do new exercises. But what we hadn't done is we hadn't factored training into our schedules the same way that you factor hair and makeup or a fitting or any of those things. So I went to the production and I said, you like the shirtless scenes? Yes, we do. Do you want to keep doing them? Yes, we would. Well, I need to train 3 times a week and you need to build it into my schedule. We need to have a trainer. And they went, okay. I went, oh, all right.
Now I'm going to train.
Well, it's fantastic. It is a physical show, and you guys are doing stunt work. You're doing hand-to-hand combat. You're doing sword work.
I personally think that Katie deserves a lot of credit, because Katie worked her ass off in season 3 and continues to work her ass off. Not that you didn't before, but I mean, I totally buy her transformation into someone that can handle themselves out in the streets. Have you seen her arms?
Yes!
She's got guns.
She's legit stuff. She's badass.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
No,
that.
you did it. You worked hard, and we all do. It's not a show, with all due respect to my cousin, where we can just open up our hands and all of a sudden there's fire. I thought maybe he was back there. I don't know. I still meant it.
I hope he's back there.
No, but we have to, if everything sort of plays off the tenet that, I got in shape and turned into a fighter this way, then everyone else has to go through the same thing, and everyone has put the same commitment forth, which is good.
I agree. When we first were introduced to, when we were first introduced to Katie's part, I mean, it was a desk job. It was, that, and for her transformation, I automatically thought, I said, oh my God, now I'm sure her whole call sheet probably just changed, which, like you said before, you need to fit in the training into that. I'm like, oh my God, she's got to do that too. But she executed it flawlessly. She's a fantastic canary.
She's
Black canary, I should say. So, thank you.
Thank you. And Stephen, I also appreciate the fact that you went to production and asked that, because I was waking up at like 4 in the morning and going to training and then going to set, and I was like, I'm just going to be a big, good sport about this, because I'm just really happy that this is happening.
No, actually, the only reason that I had the idea was because I had a day of experience on the set of Spartacus when I screen tested for Spartacus, and I distinctly remember, A, the day before we tested, we had to train, and B, when someone asked me, they said, would you like something to eat? I said, sure. And would you like something to drink? Yeah. And I just thought they were going to come back with a bunch of options. They came back with 3 apple slices and water. Because being shirtless and showing yourself on that show was a priority, so the production made it a priority. And it's not that they weren't willing to do it before, I just don't think anyone asked.
No, or I don't think they were really aware.
Possibly they weren't.
Awesome. Where are we, Steph or Ann?
For Steve, I'm just wondering, who made your bow and stuff like that?
So, the original bow was mostly done by the props department. It was a very simple recurve bow. I don't know where it came from, and then it was sort of fashioned into the bow that we find Oliver on the island with, which hopefully is a bow that I get to start using again in the flashbacks at some point, because I liked that bow and I miss it, and I can't use the original one from the pilot because I stole it and it's in my house now.
Like my Torchwood Doctor Who memorabilia. Okay.
And then the current bow that I use is a compound that is made by Martin Archery in Washington State. I believe it's in Walla Walla, Washington, actually, oddly enough. Yeah, those are the 2 bows that I use. I miss the recurve, though. I love my recurve. John lives right.